Hello, my name is Sigurgeir Agnarsson and I am the principal cellist of the Iceland Symphony Orchestra here in Harpa in Reykjavík. I would like to introduce a solo recital project that has been in the making for a few years and I have named in Icelandic Nánd, or in English near. The recital centers around two Icelandic composers, Hugi Guðmundsson and his uncle Hafliði Hallgrímsson. Hafliði being one of the grand old men of the Icelandic music scene, and Hugi being at the forefront of the younger generation of Icelandic composers. The recital, Nánd, has 4 pieces, 2 written by Hafliði and 2 written by Hugi. The oldest piece dates back to 1970, and the newest piece is from 2021, written by Hafliði, especially for this occasion.
Yeah, I knew that Sigurgeir was planning a concert for Dark Music Days, playing cello music, and he was playing some of my folk songs, and I think the idea developed from there. And yes, I used some old ideas from old sketches, but most of it I would say is relatively new, but it has its roots in some old things that I have written. But you soon forget these sketches when you start and you just take off. Even though, well, it's just like a platform of jumping up. But I had written down a huge amount of ideas and I often recorded them and played against these ideas, improvising and so on. And I thought this was very interesting. As I got to know these sounds better, I tired of them. But I had originally written Solitaire very much in the traditional style. But I thought this is boring, no one wants that nowadays. So I had another look at the old first original version, and I thought, well, at least this is honest music, so I will work a little bit more on it and play it, and I played it myself several times. Yeah, it's always very interesting to come back to something you've done before. It's a little bit like having put a few potatoes, you know, in a dry cupboard, dark cupboard, and you've forgotten all about them, and you come back to them by accident, and they are all, you know, sprouting. And ideas often sprout like that in one's head. And that's what has happened to Solitaire. And the great thing about writing for this instrument is that you just put 4 strings. And there are enormous restrictions. And one really needs restrictions often in order to release creativity, if there is any. So, and that's one of the problems with being a composer today, that there is a total freedom. And this total freedom is very dangerous because it's like an abyss that most of us fall into because we can do what we like.
Hafliði and Hugi are not just great composers, but very dear friends of mine. I have had this dream for many years to put together a recital program consisting of their works, and I am extremely happy that my dream is finally being realized.
Veris was also commissioned for a special occasion. It was an exhibition at the National Gallery in Denmark of what they call the golden age of Danish painters. And I think we were 5 or 6 composers commissioned for this this opening event, and the pieces were performed by that painting that we chose. And the painting that I chose was called Youth, and the title is Youth in Latin. It is written for interactive electronics and cello, and so the cellist needs to is recorded, and the sound is manipulated in real time while he's playing. I think it's safe to say that the cello has a very close connection to me in so many aspects. Sigurgeir, my very good friend, is a cellist, and I'm married to a Baroque cellist. And then, of course, Hafliði, my big role model as a composer, is also a cellist, or was. So the cello is my daughter actually plays a cello as well. So it's probably the instrument that is closest to me in many ways, but even if I can't play it myself, I don't know how many cellos there are in my house. I think there are probably 4 at the moment. So it's a special instrument, I guess, for me, and but also very challenging to write for, because I hear it so often, of course, in my house, and so it has so many associations with the music that I hear, and so it has a different sort of challenge than to an instrument that is more distant, if you will.
Thank you very much for watching this presentation, and I hope it has evoked interest in the beautiful music by Hafliði and Hugi. Your support would mean a lot to me and would help me to make it possible to bring Nánd to audiences around the world.